What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. Hopefully you've enjoyed the last four phases so far. I see I've been getting a lot of questions about certain time frames and stuff like that. And yeah, while I answered them thoroughly, there's always a better explanation in word of, like in through word of mouth than in text messages or in comments, right? So I plan to do live soon. Again, I'm getting my new computer, my previous lives. Yeah, when I went to the Smoky Mountains and down in Tennessee in Pigeon Forge, somehow I burned my hard drive, and my laptop was really good. So so now I'm basically searching for a new one. I needed a really good one for streaming that can handle all that, that rough. Having many open tabs and like the hard drive and the CPU giving out much can take much workload on it, because streaming, believe it or not, actually requires a lot. If you guys are gonna get the non-interrupted live where it doesn't blink or buffers or whatever, then I have to get obviously a computer, which is what I'm gonna get. I need it regardless. So yeah. So soon I will have that, probably within the next few days. I have my eye on a couple, so within the next few days. Either way, let me start with saying I so thankfully, as every day, thank the Lord for the blessings that He pours down on all of us, especially me. I will forever be grateful to His Almighty. And with that being said, let's jump into phase 5. And when I make the lives again, and soon, you guys will just bring up whatever questions you have and ask it there, just like we used to do before. Like last week, what was the last time I did a live? Yeah, it was last week, before that event happened with the computer. So anyways, phase 5. So what we finished with in phase 4 is, one, you're gonna see them at some point get us to bait you in kind of more like a, this is your last chance. Put you in a position where this is your last chance. The price is FYI or XYZ. This is your chance, and you're gonna have a lot of shills coming out to say, you finally did it. This is the squeeze. You got your squeeze, to confirm psychologically to you that this is the price, whatever that price is, whether it's 70, whether it's 80, whether it's 150, whether it's 300. They're gonna do that before the final phase. Again, this is my speculation on it, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Yes, and I know people don't like to hear this. I don't like to say it, and I don't like to hear it. But I do have to say this, because there are some people that take these wordings and automatically go and jump and either jump heavy into options that they don't know nothing about, which is a different world than stock investing or any of that. In fact, I do have a plan that post MOAS, that's something that we will open up. And in fact, I'm actually getting my licensing. I'm working on that. It's going to take a little bit, but I'm taking my licensing on for that, because I have plans post MOAS for things like this. And it's all incorporated in. If you're within our Discord, you would already know this stuff. We have over 100, we have around 75 or almost 100 members. It's free, guys, and we all share information there and kind of formed a family. So in the link of the description, I'll put the link to Discord. Guys, just join in. It's like a messaging app, only that is cooler. It's connected. If any breaking news happens or anything needs to be reported, we report it there. Somebody will report it there, and sometimes we have talks, conversations in rooms where we can all gather up and have a conversation and each talk with each other, instead of just, for example, watching AB on a video or watching a live, which you still should do. And you should hit the like button, and you should subscribe, because it pushes it out to more and more people. And I'm not going to take that route that many other creators out there are taking by paying for sub counts and views and whatnot, because again, that makes me question the motive. It should make you question the motive. Anyways, with all that being said, after we pass, whoever passes from I think the toughest part was phase 3, as I mentioned, which is the time and the jet lag that you have to deal with. Now, phase 4 and 5 are way different. Way different. They're not also going to be as long as that, because you can see the market. Look around you. Look at the whole global economy. Look how the whole world is moving. Palaces of countries are being taken over. Presidents are being overthrown and letting go of their nations, like Sri Lanka and many. And you've seen in the lives I talked about, other Southern American countries like Venezuela, Argentina, and it's not like it's new news anymore now. We covered this like a few weeks ago. However, that should only tell you why the markets cannot last like this on this method or in this cycle till 2024 or whatever theories people, whoever is putting theories out there about whatever theory. I'm just going to address what I think and my speculations, in my opinion. So there's no way that this will last till then unless certain things are released, like the hostage situation that we have in the stock market that we're dealing with right now. How does it release? You're telling me like, AB, well, what do you mean by releasing the hostage? Are we hostage? Yeah, we've been held hostage. Not just us. The whole entire stock market has been held hostage for over, what, a year and a half, 2 years now? Blatantly, like publicly. And you see now the transition to crypto. What was I telling you yesterday in that video? Told you that, hey, this is how you gauge. Which brother was that made a comment and said, how can we tell like time frame? There's no specific time. And I'm addressing you and everyone else with this talk now. It's you can gauge it from the events that are happening. Look is what happening with the crypto realm. Is it gonna stay over that 22, for example, Bitcoin over 22,500? This could really be a really well primed pump and dump for them in a short area, because sometimes obviously when it gets to a certain area, when they feel like certain entities that are their partners, like some of these people that are holding Bitcoin, some brokers are some of their partners in crime with this. So when these guys, they know the levels that could damage those people or those brokers, which I believe was 17.5 was a certain concentrated level where many crypto brokers could easily get liquidated and obviously margin called on those, similar to 3 arrows. So they know these levels. So what are they doing? Money don't stop for these guys. They're bloodsuckers. They're vampires. Why? They pump it, dump it. Now what we can do, or at least what AB does, is I verify what the support and what the resistance levels are. In fact, I was the only one that called Bitcoin's resistance level at $22,500 over a month ago, until Kathy Woods came and said, "Oh yes," like 3-4 days ago. So, which is a good thing, because what that tells you what they're gonna do, and you can see it being done. So, if Bitcoin, as we speak today, right now, cannot hold above that 22,500 for the rest of this trading week, which means it's going to be like consolidating in that zone, then you can bet yourself that it's going to be dumping, and it's going to be dumping really good. But who does that benefit? The people who are going to short it. The very same people that pumped it from a lower perspective, the bought in lower in the 18, 19, $17,000 range when it dropped, 17.6. It was like 17.7 or 17.8 when it dropped. That was the lowest. Bought there, pump it, sell, dump it back, 18.5, 18.6, buy again, pump it up. Obviously, they're making money along the way, but on the way down, they don't just watch it. No, these guys make money on the way up, on the way back down. So, in a nutshell, this is what we have to watch for. You have to gauge. Crypto is one of the things we're gauging. Gauge crypto, see what is happening. If it holds above that, that means it's going to be picking right above, because that resistance level is broken. If it holds it for over a week, it's consolidating over there. It's easy to say that Bitcoin will be on its way back up to perhaps the 30s in no time, if those things that I just said all line up. Now, if it doesn't, which I'm more leaning toward, which if it doesn't, it most likely could be dumped, maybe even as soon as tonight or even tomorrow. And it could be dumped. It could be dumped, and they could open short positions easily and bring it right back down underneath that resistance level. And at that point, we go yet for another cycle. The other thing that I said also in one of the comments to people is gauge the CBDC, not CBD, CBDC actions. We know that there are some things that are supposed to come up in September of this year, so gauge the timing of these phases that I'm telling you, or when perhaps things could change, or when could we get released. We're getting to this right now. I'm gonna make it probably in the next 1 or 2 minutes at the most. So that is basically the digital dollar that could actually pay you and me. And yeah, you might say like, hey, well, I don't want to get paid digitally. I'm not saying you're gonna get paid digitally. What it is that we're already right now anyways working with digital money. All credit cards, all money in the world right now, 93% of it is digital. When you're holding that credit card, you have money in the bank account, but you're not walking around with the money. You're just spending it. So it could be operative as a ledger between entities. So this is where we come in. When we get freed, which is phase 5 here, because phase 4 is quick. Marination, they're marinating us on this little movement here and there, and then they're gonna give you something. They're gonna dangle that fruit down, make it hang really low to within reach. And at that point, you have a decision to make. Is this where I want to get off, secure myself, whatever? Or am I going to hit the reject button, deal or no deal? Again, the decision is all yours, guys. I will not be able to speak on any of that. Everybody has different situations. You make your own. I'm speaking to everybody in general here. And you do you and take care of you and your family. Just keep that in the back of your head. Whatever you do is whatever you do, whether you hold for 2 million a share or whatever. Okay? Because I will never talk about price for shares. No one can mentally, actually logically guess or gauge the mental stress that everybody else, or gauge everybody, all the rest of the community. What's the best word to put here? No one can gauge their mental reaction to things when people start seeing money, or people factor in what they've been through this past year and a half, almost 2 years. Everybody reacts different. So again, I am not gonna read, I don't have the crystal ball to read through people's minds, but I will see the numbers, I will be seeing the action, I will be seeing the volumes, I'll be seeing many things. And so will you. But like, I do believe that they're gonna give you a moment real soon where the fruit is gonna be really low and is gonna be within reach. You will have a decision to make. Fact check me when that moment comes. If the movement, whoever sticks after that, if obviously we passed that, whoever passes that, or whoever gets past that, it's gonna be basically phase 5 moment. And that phase 5 is when I believe that CBDC will already be taken care of. They would have already all the implementations that's needed for it, and they will everything will be thrown on the government's lap. And at that point, the government will be like, okay, well, let's deal with this. Boom. Afterwards, you're gonna see the bailouts come out. When the bailouts come out, everybody gets paid. Obviously, banks and hedge funds obviously get what they need. And again, I know there's a lot of people in here that would love to see the end of these guys. No problem, guys. I'm right there with you. But there's a difference between crying out for something in this world and for it to actually happen and occur. But if you want to be a changing factor in these things and in this world, you have to have a powerful and influencing position. You have to operate from that. Once you have your capital, you have money, then you can put a dent in these guys' lives. Then we can go and actually hurt as the banks. But when you don't have anything right now, all you have is your voice, your mouth, which is a lot. But clearly these guys don't care about it. It's just kind of like us barking at the wrong tree. But when we have the means, because at the end of the day, they need us. That's how they make their living, and that's how they do everything. But when we get to that point where we are in a position of strength, we don't need you anymore. All of you, me, you, all of us. Then at that point, we can influence the change. I've said it in my comments yesterday too. ISDA is not necessarily bad. It's just the actors that are in it that are bad. And a person that says that a lot is one of my cool friends, Pantheon. So I credit that to him. That's a well said and put together statement. So I 100%, 1,000% agree with him on this as well. And I re-echo that sentiment and statement. So, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, buying and holding is what got us here. Hopefully, these 5 phases series could have shed a lot of light to you. If it didn't, I'm sorry for taking any of your time. Fact check me when these things happen. And again, I'm not. It's all up to you. And there's no one that knows it all. I am relating all my talk to all the experience that I've had. I've been in the stock market since 2018. I've been in the crypto realm since 2014 when people used to get mangled. I was one of them from here because we couldn't trade it in the US. You had to trade it through Europe or in Canada. And there was countless amount of times where we got defrauded. I got defrauded. So we're going to get into more talks. That's the AB style. Hopefully you enjoyed all 5 phases. Remember, phase 5 ends with our whole situation and everything else going on with the economy being dumped right in front of the feet of the government. And I believe that this is all along has been the plan since 2021 January when everything got shut. This is why I walked you through 5 phases, because they had those 5 phases in those meetings before they reinstated all the trading on those stocks, because they knew that the only way they could deal with these stocks is if they put them all the way until this point, and eventually whatever is left, whoever doesn't pay per hand, whoever stands all the battles, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, basically you will be rewarded, and the person that will reward you will be the government. Don't see these hedge funds paying it themselves, because everybody's filing. As you can see, if BlackRock, and I reported in my Discord, have reported 30% drop from their income from last quarter, just in the second Q2. What do you think Q3 is going to be in Q4? So you can only imagine where this is. And BlackRock is what? The biggest entity there is with assets? The biggest asset manager? Yeah, and they happen to be managing all people's pensions and 401ks. So we see what's happening with that. Anyways, with all these hedge funds posting losses, and you will see it within this next quarter and the week after, and their investors pulling out money because they're afraid for their money, and they're rushing to the door, say, give me back my money, Kenny G, F you. We seen what he did last year, 2021, Q4, when he really needed the money. Before when people came in, he sent them a letter and said, no, F you, you're not taking anything. You're not taking anything. And they know that, what do you think now is better? 2021 was already great enough. Imagine now. Jobs, people are losing jobs. They're firing people. You got the, besides the firing of people can't pay mortgages because the hikes, Fed hikes and interest rates are getting higher, even if you don't have a fixed rate. This, like, if you don't see the writing all over the wall that they are pushing for this, then I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's not that, like, I just want people to see what I see and see the idea that these guys, yes, as terrible as they are and dumb as they are, however way you see them, they're not going about this day to day where they're just coming into the office. Like, I'm tired, like, of this loose stuff where, oh, they came in today and they saw this. This was a pre-planned operation. They knew this was coming to this point, and it didn't start in this. It started like years ago. But now in these concentrated plays, like these meme stocks, that was something that popped up for them in 2021 in January, when they really seen the magnitude of the sophistication and the smartness of their adversary, which is us. And then therefore, at that point, they planned for this to be the final case. This is my theory, my opinion. Like it or love it or hate it. It's up to you. Hopefully, again, I feel like I took 20 minutes of your time, but it's important to me to get all that. And I took this 20 minutes to emotionally put it all together. I didn't practice any of this or any of that. I know what I have to say, and I know, and I've seen it, and I've been in it before. So therefore, much love, AB Investments. Come back. Like I said, like, subscribe, get to more people. Let's have the debate. Put your comments in the comment section. Tell me also what computer to get. And may the Lord, I'll end it with this. May the Lord bless all of us and actually make us very wealthy and reliable and prosperity and health. So to you and all your loved ones, along with me as well. So much love, AB Investments.